Hello, folks. Been another do-nothing day. I got up late. This camera's acting up again. One day I'm gonna get up and I ain't gonna be able to get nothing to work. I've been thinking about how different things are now than what they were like when I was a kid, 14, 13 years old. And you know what? One time, I think I was 13 or 14, and me and a friend of mine, we was out walking, and we found two $20 bills, 40 bucks. We decided we wanted to go to the hardware store and buy us a BB gun. And we had to have our parents' permission to buy the BB gun. And on the way back out of the store, we seen some real guns, some pistols and some 22 caliber rifles, shotguns. And my friend's name, his name was Wayne. He said, "Boy, I'd like to have one of them." And the store clerk said, "Well, I can sell you one of them without your parents' permission." Now, what kind of stupid law was that? Wayne said, "How much?" It was $29.99. So I had 20 and Wayne had 20. So we decided we'd split it down the middle and buy that thing. And we bought the rifle, a 22 automatic. Then we bought a box of 22 caliber shorts. And we took that thing out in the woods. And we shot up that whole, I think there was 50 rounds of bullets in that box. We shot those things all up, shooting at trees and stuff. Then we just barely had enough money to buy another box of bullets. So we went and got those. We shot those up. But can you imagine? We couldn't buy a BB gun, but we could buy a real, honest to goodness 22 caliber rifle. But we went back out in the woods, we shot up that whole box. That was 100 rounds. Then we got ready to go home. Well, we couldn't take it home because we'd get in trouble. So we leaned it up against a tree and hung some limbs over it and stuff, and we'd come back when we had some more bullets. Well, one day we went back to check on the rifle and it was gone. Somebody got it. Oh my. Could go buy the rifle but couldn't buy the BB gun. I still can't believe that. And the store clerk, if we wouldn't have known it, the store clerk hadn't have told us. as we was going out the store, Wayne seen that right. He said, "Boy, I'd like to have that or that." He was pointing at a pistol and all that. He said, "Well, I can sell you all those, but I can't sell you the BB gun." I don't get it. A lot of things were different back then. I remember the first time I ever got my own checking account. And I go to the bank and I said, "What do I have to do to get a checking account?" I had a job then, I wasn't making much. I don't even know what I wanted this account for. But back then, you could open an account if you had $1. And they opened the account. No ID, no driver's license, no nothing. No, not even checking if you're giving them the real name. Boy, you can't open an account now without all kind of ID. Social Security number and all. But didn't have to give a that blame thing to open a checking account. Or a savings account. I opened a savings account one time when I was a real young fella. And I remember to this day how much I put in it to open the savings account. They even give you a little passbook thing, or not a passbook, but a little book. You kept notes of your deposits. Well, I put $2. That's all I had. At that time, all I was making was $20 a week. And I had $2. And I opened that savings account. And the plan was every week I was going to put $2 in the savings account. Well, the next week I got paid. I put $2 in the savings account. The next week I put in $1.50. And that's the last time I put anything into that account. I've often wondered, and I didn't go back to try to withdraw the money that was in there. I eventually forgot about it. I mean, I never forgot that I had it, but I wonder if that thing's worth anything now. I kind of doubt it. I don't know. Yeah, I don't even know if since it's in Russell Folks and not Russell Pearson. I can't remember the name of the bank. It was in Jacksonville, Florida. But things were a lot different back then. Really different. Back then, you was taught to say yes, sir, and no, sir, and yes, ma'am, and no, ma'am to the adults if you was a kid. Nobody does that anymore. I remember, or say, you didn't call an adult by just their name, the first name. You said Mr. or Miss So-and-so. And I remember one time I had a friend, Miss Peavy. She sold vegetables at the flea market. And one time she had her granddaughter couple of her granddaughters was with her at the flea market, and they were sitting there, and we was just talking. Well, the kids knew my name was Russell, and we was sitting there talking and everything, and all of a sudden one of them girls called me Russell. And Miss Peavy, their grandmama, jumped all over them and got out a switch and switched that girl for calling me Russell. And she was just screaming, "You call him Mr. Pearson. You don't call him Russell." She was getting all over. I felt so bad for that. I didn't mind them calling me Russell. I don't mind them calling me Mr. Pearson. Shoot, I even had this lady that I got involved with about 2 months after my wife passed away. And I really liked this lady and everything. And she was a French national. She was born and raised in Paris, France. And she was very European. Europeans are different than Americans. But she never would call me Russell. She always called me Mr. Pearson. And I mean, we was involved, you know, I had this, what I thought was a romantic interest in her. But I don't guess it really was, but she always called me Mr. Pearson. She was a little bit younger than me. Let's see, she was 44, and I was in my 60s. But she called me Mr. Pearson. Mr. Pearson. She said as quick as her kids was raised, she's going back to France. I don't know if she ever did or not. If I was still able to drive there, I'd probably drive by there and see. But Mr. Pearson. So a lot of things has changed from what it was when I was a kid, you know. Like, we would mow a yard. Sometimes we'd mow one for 10 cents. Most of the time it was a quarter. With one of these push rotary mowers. Not gas or anything, mechanical. You had to push it to make the blades turn. A quarter. A quarter. Back then, families didn't have 2 cars. They had a car. And the husband always had the car because he was gone away to work. The wife, to get groceries, she had to walk down to the supermarket and get her groceries and then tote them home, unless she had a kid with a wagon and he'd put it in the wagon. Well, I had a wagon, and Mom always went to the grocery store on Saturday to Setzer's, and I'd have to pull the groceries home. Then I'd rush back to the grocery store and line up with several boys that had wagons to pull. Ladies that come out didn't have a wagon, or a kid with a wagon, we'd pull the groceries home. for 10 cents, 15 cents, something like that. Sometimes you look out and get a quarter. At Mama's Groceries, they only ran like somewhere around $15. Somewhere around $15. And heck, even the rent on the apartment that we lived in, $15 a week. And that was water and lights. So there Mama was spending about $15 a week on groceries, $15 a week on rent. That's $30. And I don't know if they had any other bills or not. I think, they had an insurance man that come around once a month that he'd collect on policies that he had sold them, life insurance policies and stuff. And he'd come by and collect once a month. That was a bit, wasn't much, couple dollars. I know in 1955 they bought a brand new 1955 Fairlane Ford. Baby blue, brand spanking new. And I know they had to be making payments on that. I know, because the car they had before that was like a 48 or 49 Buick. I know they're making payments on that new Ford. My gosh, things were so different. I don't know how much payments was. Then Bob, my stepdad, found out he could get a VA loan to buy this new house. Brand spanking new. It was a model home in a whole subdivision they was building. And by model, I mean it's the one they used as a people. That's where they come to buy a house. It was a house, had the front yard already solid with beautiful grass, was completely furnished, all that stuff. Nice little 3-bedroom house. And the house was $6,000. I think it was $6,999. And that was at 5555 Moret Drive, Jacksonville, Florida. Now you can look that house up right now and it'll show a picture of it and everything. It kind of looks the same, but they got a tree in the yard. There wasn't no tree in the yard, just grass. But $6,900 right at $7,000 for a brand 3-bedroom house. And there wasn't any air conditioning. Anymore they build houses, they got an air conditioner, that's included. Whistle nose. 5555 Moret Drive, Moret. Matter of fact, I might go look at it again, see if there's any changes. I don't know who's living there now. But at one point, the reason they left the house, my stepdad died. And Mama couldn't. I don't know if they paid that off or she let it go because she couldn't pay. keep up the payments on it. But she's wound up behind another house right in that subdivision that was on Peter Rabbit Drive, 4020 Peter Rabbit Drive. And Mama decided, she met this man and she moved to Ocala, Florida, and let my baby sister, Donna, and her husband have the house. It's paid for. And I forget what they done after that. Mama moved right here in Marion County, married to this guy, J.W. J.W., he was a World War II vet. He had a picture of him when he was in the Army, and he was standing right next to George Patton, the general. And he was on guard duty right next to Pat. I don't know what Patton was doing, but they took a picture of it. He had a picture. I'd give anything if I had that picture, but something happened to it. When I went over there to get it after J.W. died, it was gone. I don't know. But that's a lot of water under the bridge. I love that old man, J.W. He was my stepdad. My second stepdad. I had another stepdad I couldn't stand, but I liked J.W. He was an ornery, cantankerous old man, though. At one time, me and J.W. started building these. Remember when these Cypress clocks, all the arms sticking out all around it, and the shiny face on it, and had an electric clock in it, and all that stuff? Well, me and him was making them. We made about 30 or 40 of those clocks a week. And we had a little building that we did it in and everything. And we had made about 30 or 40 a week. And come Monday, after the flea market, usually we were sold out. We sold them at the flea market. And turns out I've become allergic to the chemicals and stuff that's involved in putting that glossy front on them and everything, and I had to get out of it. And so I quit, and J.W. kept doing it for a while, and then they quit. Then they became unpopular. They weren't popular anymore. And J.W. quit making them. J.W. used to come to my shop. When I started manufacturing furniture again, and he would come to my shop, and I had these little children's upholstered rocking chairs. I built these little rocking chairs, and I built the children's recliners, these small chairs, and he'd come by there and buy about 15 to 20 of those things for me a week, every weekend. And then the old man, he got sick. He wound up dying. And he's buried up there in the cemetery right next to my son. He's got a World War II military plaque there on his grave and everything. Anyhow, I guess I'm done. My daughter's been gone all day. I don't know where she's at. All right, folks. I guess I yammered enough. Not much going on here today. So, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. And I burped. So, I'll see you in the next one. All comments appreciated. Give me some thumbs up or thumbs down. Even if you give me a thumbs down, I know you. Well, I don't know if you're watching or not. Maybe you just give me a thumbs down because you don't like me. I mean, I care if you like me, but I ain't gonna lose no sleep if you don't like me. But I ain't gonna hate you either, on the other hand. Oh, Lord. All right, folks. See you in the next one. See ya.